everyone, and welcome once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews. Today, I will be reviewing the Log. Now, this is a ginormous cigar. It's I forget, it's 7x70 or 7x80 or something like that. But it's big. It's a big cigar, and I actually had 7 of these. Came together in a bundle of 7. And I thought, I'm not even going to smoke those. That's not my style. Started giving out 1 or 2 here or there. And I got down to my last one, and I said, I'm going to go and do a review on this. Send it to my friends in Finland, Donnie and Skitty. And see what I really think of this cigar. I have another friend in Florida, Victor Esposito. I believe he told me he smoked one of these and thought it was halfway as decent. One of the ones that I gave away, the guy told me, oh, it was awful, I couldn't smoke it. Gave up on it after an hour and a half. So, the wrapper is kind of not brittle, but it's definitely fragile. It's got a couple tears in it. I've been fairly careful with it in my humidor, but I can see there's several tears here and there. And I don't know if I'm even be able to cut this. I didn't take that into consideration. I'm gonna have to get the old Sawzall out. Okay, let's see. Well, I managed to cut the cap, but it basically just disintegrated in my lap. And it's continuing to fall apart. It's got, the wrapper is just in terrible shape. I'm not sure why. Yeah, this is going to be nothing but trouble, I can tell. Good airflow. Other than when I'm bringing excess air in through the cigar's crack. Excuse me, there's a little bit of pepper in there. A little bit of spice. Alright, so. Surprisingly, I've actually had much smaller cigars, more reasonably sized cigars, that are every bit as heavy as this cigar. But, it is what it is. Basic tobacco notes on the wrapper. A little something else in there, I'm not quite sure what it is. It's familiar. But a little bit of grain and dough. Still hints of spice. Once again, that familiar note that I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's definitely familiar. Pretty light draw. A little bit of spice. Subtle hints of leather in there. A little bit of that grain. Now, I'm going to be really disappointed because this thing is just, as I'm sitting here, it's falling apart more and more. And there's not really a whole lot I can do about it. It's not just, I think it's just for me handling it either. It's turned into a real mess. I don't know if I'm even getting a good draw through it because it's falling apart right at the mouth of it, right where I'd be drawing from. Got a good pack, other than up here in the shoulder. It's got a pretty good void right next to a pretty good stem. That's right where it's torn. That stem is like a log on its own. Kind of like, you ever see a tree get uprooted? Get this great big tree and all the roots sticking up, and you're up to this big hole in the ground. That's what this reminds me of. There's a hole and a damn redwood right next to it. But anyway, see if I can do anything with this. Might take a minute to get lit. Just go and order yourself a pizza, and I'll come back with the lighting of the cigar once I finally get it lit. See you in a few. Alright, looks like we finally got it. 20 minutes later. Okay, it wasn't that long. But as feared, as it continues to fall apart even more and more, I'm drawing air through all these various cracks and breaks and unravelings of the cigar instead of it coming through from the foot, bringing smoke through. So I don't know if this is even going to be doable. No, nothing's coming through. Sucking air in above the band. It's just falling all apart. If there's anything I can do to correct this. Nope. Can't even get any smoke through it. Not that it's plugged. It's just, as I sit here, it's falling apart more and more. See if you can see this. Get it to focus. It's just this whole bit right in the ear is just awful mess. Just falling all apart. See if I can get a picture of it with my phone. It's not, I'm having a hard time getting it on the video camera, but maybe I can get a photo of it. See how that turns out. So I thought I was going to be in for a 3-hour video review. I was going to have to edit the hell out of it. Get it down to a reasonable time, 30 minutes or less. But I think I've reached the end before I've even begun. I'm unable to get any air to go through this. It's just falling all apart. Unless I shove it way in the back of my throat to get beyond where it's broken. But yeah, that ain't happening. Because then I can't draw on it because it's gagging me way in the back of my throat. Alright, so there you have it. An unreviewable cigar. Thing's blowing all up. Look, it's blowing all up on me. Can't do a thing with it. There's this huge void. There's a damn Grand Canyon in it. Right next to this. This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. No wonder this thing is just falling all apart. Look at that stem. Look at that. It's not a damn stem. It's fucking. It's a piece of damn mulch from out in the garden. Absolute crap. Why any cigar company would allow that to get through is beyond me. Even if it was a joke of a cigar, just a joke, never meant to be smoked, to allow something that size get through is just absolute garbage. Absolute garbage. So I thank you for once again watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews. I'm going to get a better picture of that huge chunk I just took out of this. And I will post this video up. So I'm going to just lay this thing down, be done with it, and maybe grab a good cigar. And although, now I'm going to tell you, the little bit I was able to taste didn't taste like it was going to be a bad cigar. It was somewhat promising. But, yeah, it's a shame. Hello everyone, welcome once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews. Today I will be reviewing the Diesel Unlimited Maduro. This is a 5.5 by 54 cigar. They're calling it their Robusto size. The cigar is wrapped in a broadleaf Maduro wrapper. Has San Andreas binder and Honduran and Nicaraguan fillers. Has a foot band which will need to be removed immediately. Go ahead and do that now. Nice rich tobaccos, a little bit on the smoky side maybe. A little bit subtle though, not rich as in, you know, really in your face, but there's it's not thin and insipid. It's a good tobacco note, but it's kind of light. I don't know if I'm describing that right. It's rich yet light. A smoky overtone. Foot smells nice. Oh, that smoky, rich tobacco. Some grain, some dough. A little spice in there. You can feel a little tingle on the nose. Okay, a lot going on there. Good looking wrapper, nice and dark. There's some veins, nothing big, no big deal. Very tight seams. Can't even see them. Slightly spongy pack. There's a hard spot in it, and there's a slightly soft spot in it, but not too bad. I'm telling you, this is not my day for cigars. It's the second one that's fallen apart as soon as I've clipped it. I'm about to just give up on this altogether. I'm pissed. 2 cigars in a row. See if it's even going to be smokable. Not getting good air through it. That's what you do, you piece of shit. That's what you do. Thanks for watching. Hello everyone, welcome once again to Scorpion Cigar Reviews. This is my 3rd attempt at a review today. First 2, absolute garbage. Unsmokable, fell apart cutting them. Was lucky number 3. We have the Partagas 1845 Black Label. If I had to guess, I'd say it's a 5.5 by 54. Imperfectly rolled, as I'm noticing. It's funny. It actually curves a little bit just above the band, but no big deal. Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper, and Nicaraguan and Cuban seed Ligero fillers. Don't know about the binder. Made in the Dominican Republic. Has that nice, rich Maduro wrapper scent on the nose. foot, has some grains, a little bit of spice, cocoa, bread dough, a little bit of barnyard in there, some haze, other grasses. It's opening up with each snort of the snoot. A lot going on. Now, see if I can actually cut it and smoke it. Didn't have any luck with the first two cigars I tried today. Much, much better. Now, I can do something with this. Pretty light draw. Little hint of spice, a little tickle in the back of the throat when you're drawing it. Soft, subtle leather and hay. Some other horse farm type qualities. Yeah, very soft leather in there. Alright, we're off to a good start. I'll get lit up here and I'll come back somewhere on my initial impressions with the first the lighting and the opening statements and that kind of thing. See you in a few minutes. Dose of pepper on the Red Royale. Smooth dose, but a lot of it. Very full bodied, thick, rich. Yeah. Not just pepper, there's another spice to that pepper on the Red Royale. Very full. Alright, I'm going to continue smoking this, and I'm going to come back somewhere in the first third. See you in a bit. Here we are, just into the opening statements of the cigar. I did drop a little bit of an ash off, not quite half an inch. I was fiddling with some stuff, and I set it down in the ashtray, and then into the ash fell off. Slight correction. This is a 6 by 54, and this is the Magnifico. Partagas Black 1845. Yeah, I'm still thinking about those first two cigars I tried to do. You know, the log, 7 by 70, and there are other 7 by 70 cigars out there that smoke just fine. I don't know about other log cigars, but just the whole packaging and presentation, the whole premise about it just seemed to be a bit of a joke. And the fact that it had chunks of wood in there would indicate to me that it wasn't even tobacco product that I found in there. And it was dried up, as was the diesel, was dried up. I checked my humidor again. All my gauges are reading right about 68. One of the gauges is 68% relative humidity, another one says closer to 70% relative humidity. And I have a third that I don't think is functioning properly because it seems to be stuck on 54. But the temperature will fluctuate on it, but not the humidity, so I think there's something wrong with that gauge. But the other two were in range where they should be, so I don't think I have a problem with my humidor. So I'm going to get over that. Back to this cigar. I'm pairing it with Teacher's Highland Cream. Scotch blend. I like Teachers. It's inexpensive. It has a good amount of peated single malt in it, so the peat's not overbearing because it is a blend, and it's I find it to be well balanced and inexpensive and well balanced, and a decent Scotch is always a good. It's always a plus. I'm always happy with Teachers. I chose the Teachers because when I first looked at the cigar, it seemed to be very full body, full flavored, very rich and robust. And I thought it could take a little bit of peat. And it still seems to be that way, but I'm starting to wonder if maybe something more lines of a bourbon, which would be sweeter, would complement the cigar a little bit better. But I'm still early into it. So it's mellowed out a little bit. That punch of pepper on the retrohale has really, really mellowed out. Still there, but it's smooth and soft, like a diluted white pepper. A little bit of spice. I feel the tickle on the nose still, like I feel a sneeze building. Good flavor notes starting to open up in this cigar, just starting to, so I'm not really sure what's there yet. I'm thinking I'm finding a little bit of meatiness. At the same time, I'm still finding a little bit of hay, a little bit of some leather, maybe some cedar in there. But things are just starting to open up. So I'm going to continue smoking this, and I'll come back maybe the end of the first third and see it. Here I am, end of the first third of this Partagas 1845 Black Label Magnifico. Real nice cigar. The Maduro wrapper offers a little bit of sweetness. There's some sweet meat, like a grilled meat, and some sweet cedar. A little bit of leather in there. The leather is very subtle. Some mineral notes. A little bit of pepper. Very nice, very well balanced cigar. Real happy with this. I'm going to continue smoking this. I'll come back somewhere in the second, third. See you in a bit. We are late in the second, third. Had to touch it up a couple times, so I'm going to have to touch it up again. The ash has been loose, flaky, all over me, kind of all over the place. It's non-formed, jagged, flaky. Making a real mess on me. But the flavors are nice. Very tasty cigar. Go ahead and see if I can remove the label. My label came off nicely, didn't stick to any of the wrapper leaf. No damage there. Getting quite windy outside, actually. Windows are rattling. a real pleasant cigar. The pepper is ramping up quite a bit on the retrohale. Smoke is a little bit dry, but not too bad. See if I can kind of round off that ash a little bit so I don't wear so much. Really, that's the only downside of the cigar, is that the ash is just so messy. It's a shame because it's really a nice cigar, other than just ash flying everywhere. I'm going to continue smoking this. I'm going to come back somewhere in the final third. See you in a bit. So here we are in the final third. Very smooth cigar, well balanced. It's rich, full bodied, nice flavors. Good mineral note in there. Nice bit of meatiness. Yeah, I'm really enjoying this Partagas 1845 Black Label Magnifico. And I'm going to continue smoking this. I'll come back in the nub with my final thoughts and impressions and score. See you in a bit. Here I am in the nub. Partagas 1845 Black Label with the Connecticut broadleaf Maduro wrapper. It's proven to be a really nice cigar. Smooth, well balanced, refined, although the ash is quite flaky. Flies all over the place. You're going to wear some. Be prepared to get messy with the cigar. Certainly wouldn't be a contender in a long ash competition, I'll tell you that. Had to touch it up a couple times. So I get due for another touch up. At about $6.50 per cigar, I can recommend this to any cigar smoker. A novice could appreciate the low price, the rich flavors. Well balanced. Nothing will put you off. Nothing real forward and in your face. Nothing real bold. The flavors are definitely there. Smooth smoking. Nice flavors of some grilled meat. Nice mineral note, real nice mineral note. Nice peppery retrohale, some spice, a little bit of hay in there, subtle hints of leather, some grains. An aficionado could appreciate, once again, the price point of about $6.50 per cigar. I wouldn't say it's necessarily one-dimensional, because there are several flavors in there, but it doesn't really change a lot as you smoke it. It does waver a little bit back and forth, but not quite as I would define as being one-dimensional, but it's borderline one-dimensional. An aficionado would appreciate the bold, rich flavors, full-bodied, medium plus, maybe not quite full strength. The strength does not overpower the flavors at all. It's a real pleasant, well-rounded cigar. Unofficially, I would score this cigar probably 91 points. So I thank you for once again watching Scorpion Cigar Reviews. Catch you next time.